What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to just hop right in. I wanted to talk about the number 1111 and what it means for twin flames and you and not twin flames and just in general as a number. So make sure to like and subscribe if you like these videos. It truly does help me to continue making content. Follow me on Instagram at the Lunar Priest, and we're just gonna hop right in. So what is 1111? Well, it's composed of 4 ones, right? And also 11 can sometimes be kind of this pillar symbology vibe going on. Where do we see pillars in other sacred art? We see it in cards like the High Priestess of the Tarot or the Moon card. A High Priestess is ruled by the Moon. The Moon card is ruled by Pisces. So we have a lot of intuitive, hyper feminine kind of vibes in the 11. But it also symbolizes, you know, in the High Priestess, we have a woman who is seated, a keeper of occult knowledge too, also the female pope, if you will, sitting between 2 religious pieces of a temple, right? Okay, and I'm not gonna go into all that, but what I am saying is she's holding a space. She's kind of a leader. She's a keeper, if you will. Now in the Moon card, we have the 2 towers, kind of, and it's nighttime and we're following this path if we're looking at the Pamela Coleman Smith deck, right? And that path of walking between those 2 pillars really is all about finding this sacred balance, and being that it's nighttime in that card, it's really about not knowing with your eyes, more of an intuitive sense, letting yourself be guided. So when we see this 1111, we have this double pillar. It's almost like we're understanding the polarity of our lives and the polarity of the spectrum of our consciousness, and how really here there's so many facets on the material plane that we can be paying attention to, whereas there's even more facets to be paying attention to in other realms, right? So when we see 1111, it can literally mean this divine alignment of all of the polarities, and all of the things are unifying together within your vision. And this is a lot more anticlimactic than one might think, because it can literally just mean you just had an aha moment and what you're thinking is so aligned. And anyway, when we see these numbers repeating, I really like to remind myself and others that it's important to know that, you know, more than anything, that something divine is there for you, because oftentimes numbers can arise at times where we are needing that guidance, or where we need some sort of validation, or maybe we don't need it, but the guides that are around us want to give us validation for what we're doing. So if you're somebody who sees numbers all the time, it means that, you know, you might be really plugged in, and getting to know the language of these numbers is so important. And that doesn't mean you need to sit down and memorize what everyone is saying, or take everything that I say in this video or anyone else's video to heart completely. But that once you get to know your vibe, right, the vibe of how you see that number, it doesn't matter necessarily what it means in the book, which there is no book. This is witchcraft, right? And what I'm saying is the only book is your book. You make all the rules of your craft, and that's what numerology falls under for me, is my craft. And my craft is just my connection to the universe. So I encourage everyone to kind of have that same ability to be fluid within their number practice, because yeah, you might be someone who does go by the book. So that means when you see 1111, it means, you know, that your wish is being, you know, fulfilled, or you're getting a glimpse into the future, or the divine is doing these things for you and having it align, so that, you know, keep your manifestations positive, keep going, those kind of generic, obvious pieces of 1111, sure, but also maybe when you see 1111, you're more focused on seeing 4 ones, and you're like, wow, I have 3 friends and we're all doing something right now, and we're all building something, and I feel it's very divine. So keep your number practice open. Now going back to our 2 pillars, right? We have this ability to find a happy medium. So it's a very alchemical card. Anytime we have polarities unifying, it really reminds me of the Temperance card. And the Temperance card of the tarot is a lot about sacred alchemy. He's taking the angel is taking 2 sacred chalices and mixing them together. He has the symbol of alchemy on his chest, and alchemy is this divine union. So this can be relationship, and that's why I brought up twin flame in the beginning, is that when we see 1111, there might be someone, something, or somewhere that feels very, very highly of spirit to you, of God, universe, right? And it is mirroring back to you something that you absolutely know has to be a piece of the divine alignment of what you're seeing, what your vision is, what your dreams are. And now with twin flames, I come from the school of thought that you do not just have one, you have many, and a twin flame can be a tree. But also, wow, there's some crazy birds and crows flying above me as I'm saying that, which is one of my twin flames, is that. And yeah, just a word of disclosure, I'm really not someone who likes to look at toxic relationships as twin flames, so don't get confused if this person is, you know, that you're feeling is a twin flame experience. Don't get confused that this is like your lifelong soulmate. I always like to leave that in the disclosure, because I find that a lot of young witches around me tend to get lost and confused that a twin flame is almost like this forever person that they're going to need to fight for. That's not necessarily the case. In my opinion, I'm seeing these 2 pillars as kind of like the high priestess and the hierophant. And to me, that means that we have the female pope and the male pope. We have 2 standalone characters in this twin flame sequence of 1111. This person might have nothing to do actually with your specific path, but by following your specific path and putting yourself first and honoring yourself, and then you have this other person that might be super like romantic and divine, or they might be, you know, a brother or a sister. But I'm sure, and I can feel that anyone watching this knows exactly who they are. And I want you to just let it be clear, you know, and just like snap with me on that one, you know, let it be clear that you don't have to have any attachment with this particular twin flame thing. You can actually just trust the universe. It's going to be a divine opportunity to trust the universe and trust this experience and trust this person, place, or thing that's coming into your life that's on your mind right now as I'm talking to it. And know that while you just surrender, you are coming into a sacred middle, a sacred neutrality between those 2 pillars. You have found this divine sweet spot, this vision that you carry that's specific to you. And whoever that mirror is, that other person, and I'm thinking, you know, most people are watching this for love. I'm feeling like it's mostly love for most of my viewers. But again, if it's something else, that's okay. It could be your dog. This thing that's mirroring back to you is doing the same thing, and you're both together for a reason to be doing that for each other. You know, whatever that sacred mirror is right now is very vital to your development. And if it came this far, you can have faith that it's going to keep going. You have some time. It's very much a good omen for love. It's a good omen for calling in more sacred mirrors. It's also an omen that you can release people, places, and things that don't feel like a good mirror for you to look into anymore. Spirit is doing wonderful things in your favor to help you keep going. So if you can hold that space of non-attachment, oh my God, a hawk just flew by the window. Wow, oh my God. If you can just keep it in mind that if you stay in that sacred center, if you don't abuse drugs and alcohol, don't abuse relationships like they're drugs and alcohol. I feel the need to say that because I know a lot of our spiritual ladies and gentlemen and aliens and everything in between, like myself, might struggle with that sort of thing. So I like to call that to the attention of my viewers, is that this has a lot to do with temperance, which temperance comes from a sober state of mind, right? Just snap. If you know me, I like doing that sort of stuff. Just getting it out of the aura, whatever you need to do, clear it away, because you are going to be pleasantly surprised at all the beautiful things that'll rush in when you start looking in the mirrors that you want to look into. Trust that those things are there for a reason. Don't miss this bus, as one of my favorite numerologists, Ming Steva, would say. Don't let this slip away, because it's time. It's time to step into your sacred middle and watch this other person do the same. It's time to buckle down, to be there for your friends and family, to ask them how they're feeling, and then to ask yourself how you're feeling. And maybe the person in your life might be having to do the same, and they might be bringing more of the masculine and you might be bringing more of the feminine, or they're bringing more of the voice and you're bringing more of the guidance, or you're more structured and they're more X, Y, and Z. There's this polarity going on, but when you come together, there's a divinity happening, this divinity of we're kind of morphing together as one experience, and we're both serving it from our own sides. Right, when I looked at the thing, it said 10:01. I had a little moment there. So, good omen for love, definitely. And I can't stress this enough. Just be there with them. Be there with yourself. Always be checking in. How do I feel about this? How would I feel if I was in my perfect right mind right now? And know that angels and guides and those things are showing you numbers like this so that you can ask for help with that sort of thing. So if you are struggling with getting rid of some toxic behavior, some toxic friendships, a toxic boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, and then calling in the right ones, this is totally available to you. I need you to realize that. Like, it is totally available to you if this is showing up. You're here for a reason. I know that that sounds super cheesy, but you are here. You're on the path. The path is now, both are merging into one. Keep going. Every day counts, one step at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 1, 1, 1. It can be programmed into anything that you want it to be programmed to. So if you're feeling super divine, super clear, there's no like shit talking in your manifestations, there's no focus on what you don't want, because you are so aware of what you don't want. You don't have to keep focusing on that anymore. You just keep focusing on what you want to do, and you will notice that there will be a clarity in the air around you, that you can literally just scoop any of the crap out. And you keep going one step at a time, one day at a time. In 4 days, watch what's going to happen. It's going to be different. Things are going to continue to shift. You're going to continue to become more psychic. You're going to have more numbers. You're going to have more aha moments, realizations, connections to your higher power are going to happen. You can pray to your ancestors. You're tapping into other realms now when this number starts to show up a lot for you. And you're being gifted with material things that are just so divine, and material relationships and things you can touch, see, feel. And it's all lining up here. It's the morphing of that otherworldly polarity and all the things you thought with this world's polarity. And when all of that merges together, we have sacred alchemy and temperance, and we are making moves, and we're actually able to go forward with those dreams come true. And that's that 1111 magic. That's that abracadabra and magic. It's like 11 is the number of the teacher, but it's also the number of evolution. And evolution happens because we're circulating, right? When we cast the spell of abracadabra on something, nothing turns into something. And it's going to happen by any means necessary. So what this number really means is, no matter what, the universe has got you. Surrender. Surrender what you don't need anymore. Surrender those polarities. Let it all unify. Whatever can't unify together in your life at this point, whatever isn't working, you know it's not working, let it go. Let it go, and trust that that mirror is going to be more sacred than ever when you choose mindfully which mirror you're looking in. And what do I mean by that? Well, okay, I have this right here. This is a mirror, right? And this is sparkling water, and I love sparkling water. I'm really happy to be drinking this. If you told me I had to drink this candle, I could do it, and maybe there would be some spiritual lesson there, but I don't want to do that. This is another tool. I'm going to light the candle. I know what to do with this. And that's the gift of 1111, is you know what to do with the magic given to you. You're not stuck in the fantasy, going back to what we first talked about. You're not stuck in that fantasy of the moon card. You're not stuck in the loneliness of the high priestess. You're not stuck in the martyrdom that comes with that very watery, intuitive realm of I love everyone. And I could drink this candle, but it's more like, hey, dude, choose your battles. Pick what you want to do. Don't sit there and focus on what you don't want to be focusing on, because you might miss this bus over that thing that you don't even care about and it's not getting on the bus with you. Leave it there and keep going, because you know what to do now. You know exactly the pieces that are there. You don't need to look outside. You don't need to keep gathering. You need to do one foot in front of the other. One. Balance, 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 balance. And one day at a time, surely you're going to see the results of that, and you're going to realize what you've been capable, and you knew it all along. You know it right now what you need to do. You know which dreams you want, and your spirit gave you those dreams for a reason. There is a fire in your heart for things. There is a need. Oh, did I get suit on me? No. There's a fire in your heart and a thirst, you know, inside of you for a reason. And you are here to chase that beauty that you came to chase. And along the way, spirit or your higher self is gifting you and doing for things for you that you couldn't do for yourself. And that's exactly what this unity is that you're actually starting to be mature enough. You're starting to be detached enough from the outcome that you get to actually surrender to something bigger than you. And when you do that, then guess what? Your goals become bigger than you. Things that you thought weren't possible become possible. And you get to trust, and that's the most kind of coolest thing, is trusting, Ozzy. When you get to trust stuff like that, it feels so good, because now you don't have to worry, right? You're getting rid of feelings of lack and scarcity, and you're getting rid of all the things that just don't serve you right now. So go ahead and make a list and let go of those things, or say it out loud. Feelings, people, places, things that you're just not available for anymore, and know that they're gone now, right? So it is. And then go back to that divine vision and keep feeding it and keep doing things every day that you can do to keep going. So you're on the right track. Keep going. Spirit likes seeing what you're doing. Love is going to keep going. Get excited, get cool, get creative. Stop focusing things on what you don't want to be focusing on. This is your chance to shine. It's your chance to let your life take flight. It's your chance to make a wish and let your dreams come true. So get clear on what it is you really want. Behind the veil, what is it that you really want? You know, and know that that's coming if you just trust. Surrender. You will be pleasantly surprised. You are going to be much more happy than you thought you would be if you can go with the flow. Okay, whoa. Okay. I hope you guys like this video. And I'm not sure if I should keep making numerology videos, so let me know if you do. 1111 is a huge number to me. 11, I was born, my birthday's March 8th, 1998. When you add up all the numbers, it equals 11, reduced to 2, so I'm 11, 2. And then also my name in with Kabbalistic numerology also equals 1111. So also my month and day equals 11. I have 11s everywhere across the board. It's been a huge number for me all my life. 11 is the number of teacher. In the tarot, it can be interchanged between justice and strength a lot of the times, which means finding, again, that perfect middle ground, that perfect balance. 11 reduces to 2. High Priestess sitting between the two pillars. We see the two pillars again in the moon card. I'm also a Pisces, which rules the moon. Very tied into me. So I felt like this would be a really good one for me to start on. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram @the Lunar Priest. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.